So I have 30, maybe 40, maybe more minutes of your attention. Thanks to Amazon for that. So maybe we'll get into that. So yeah, it's like just a giant big Q&A thing. So I see you guys filling up the chat there. What's up, my dudes? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So I guess it's a Q&A. So I got some Q's. I got some A's. Let's get the Q&A. Everyone's Mark Offenlock wants to know how has quarantine help you become more creative? Also, how's the Mustang coming along? Ooh, two good questions. Quarantine has helped me become more creative. I've spent a little more time actually working on software, a little bit of music. Got a lot of music coming up, and you know, the whole not having to fly from city to city everywhere has been great for me. Not so much the business, but for me as a human being who likes being at home, being creative, and working on stuff and sleeping in. It's been really awesome. This is from Matt Nels. How many different mouse heads do you have? I want to say at least 4. I don't know the exact number. We have made so many of them, all the way from giant LED ones to cheap prop ones that I wear on photo shoots that never get worn at shows. I think I'd say 12, realistically. I think somewhere around there. Raul! Just said Raul. Oh! What's up? All right. Christopher Bricks, how's the Play Differently Model 1 holding up? For those that don't know, the Model 1 is the brainchild of Richie Houghton, and it's a DJ mixer that I really like because it's a solid state analog mixer. No frills. Signal in, analog, signal out. Really quality components in that thing. And it's been holding up great. We've been using it on the whole tour. It's been holding up really well. In fact, I have a second one that we've never had to use because I thought I should maybe buy a backup, but no. Fudo Macmillan Malope. Joel, when are you exploring Africa? South Africa. Well, let me tell you a little something about that. I was going to go to South Africa in February, towards the end of February. I was going to go on vacation. I was going to go to Kenya. Canceled. So as soon as Kenya will let me, I am there 100%. I love South Africa. It's actually one of my favorite places to go and unwind. How are you quarantined, deadmau5? Well, you're looking at it. I'm sitting here and I'm not really talking to anyone, inviting people over or going out, which is something I've been practicing since 2008. So, all right. These are some of these are from Twitter, actually. Mr. Sultan, when's the new album? When it's done. When I'm tired of hearing it. When I'm tired of working on it. I don't think an album is ever really done because there's so many albums that how many albums do I have? Like 4 or 5. I put them out, and then about a week later, I get probably the equivalent of buyer's regret, buyer's remorse. And you're like, I could have done this better. I could have done this differently. I could have done this some other way. So maybe it's going to get abandoned, I think is but when are you going to stop working on the album? When are you just going to give up and say, you know what? Send it out. Well, that I'm hoping this year. See, I'm safe with that answer because it could be soon, it could be later, but it'll be this year. It'll be 2020. 2020 needs some good stuff to happen. Hopefully an album release will be one of those. Different angle camera. Yeah, I know. You guys are used to the overhead angle. It's because it's a long story, but it has a lot to do with a certain manufacturer's driver is not working for Skype with Windows. So, yeah. Anyway. Victor Raphael asks, Strobe is one of the biggest electronic songs of all time. Is it really? When you released the track, did you dream this huge success? How did you create the idea of this song? Actually, here's a really depressing answer. The song almost never existed because I finished it and I sent it to a friend of mine who worked at the record label very early in the business, and I said, you know what? There's this, and I almost deleted it, got rid of it and all that stuff, and I didn't think it was very good. And I sent it to him. He said, this is great. We should put it out. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. Whatever. Well, I'll put it on the B side of a record. And we did that, and then it caught on. I guess everybody really enjoyed it. So it just goes to show, if you're an aspiring producer and you do something you don't like or you're not really feeling, you should share it anyway, because it's probably going to be someone who likes it. Thank God it's a miracle. Thank God, they all say. This chat needs more GIFs. Yes. UTF encoding. Let's go. Oh, look at that. You got dogs and boxes. Good enough. Dogs and boxes. Let's go. Dog's wiggling its butt. Dog and a record player. Dog. What's with the dog? No cats? Just dogs? All right. Okay. I'm shuffling papers and getting everything unorganized here. Oh, Nicolaj Keller up. Are you interested in collaboration with more artists in the futures? How do you feel about it? Well, funnily enough, I recently had just collaborated with Pharrell Williams and Chad. Pharrell Williams? Is that his name? Pharrell Williams? I hope it is, because if it's not, I'm about to look really bad. Let's just call him P. Really great guy, super talented singer. Same with Chad, really great producer, composer and songwriter, and keyboardist. Collaborated with them on a song called No Pomegranates. No, it's actually just called Pomegranate. And it's a little funky fusion of kind of my stuff and their stuff, and that was fun. I've got some other collaborations with other artists coming out soon. One with Lights, she's a Canadian singer. One with Kaisa, another Canadian singer. Starting to see a theme here. And some other names in little secret things that I'm doing here in the studio that will probably be trickling out in the next couple months. Pharrell Williams is correct. Thank you, Amazon customer. That's his name. Her, their name, Amazon customer. I like it. Are there more collabs down the line? Yes. Next question. Oh, this one's great because they actually included this one in the question sheet. Ready? And it's in alternating letters. So somebody obviously didn't get the meme memo. How did you come up with the name deadmau5? Google it, or Alexa it. Or whatever. Do the thing. Use the Amazon product to find the information. don't just yeah. All right. Before the stream gets cut off, let's see if we can survive this without Oh, this is a good question. Wilderness Expedition asks, so what about the collab with Jean-Michel Jarre you guys were working on? I'm the worst. I don't know who's worse, me or him. Somebody, and I'm not blaming him, and I could very well be at fault here, is just very bad at communicating, and we've not really talked about it. I remember it's like one of those things where, you know, you get a phone call from like a high school friend, or even better, a random Facebook message, because you don't even have their number or anything like that, saying, hey, we should hang out. And you're like, yeah. And then you completely forget. That's kind of what happened there. So it's not like we can't do it or we won't do it. I would love to do it. The man is an absolute pioneer and is super talented and creative, and I would love nothing more than to collaborate with him. But I think it was just a really awkward time for both of us. But I will reach out again now that you brought that up. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, more. Super 8, looking back at all the Mousetrap Mondays there has been, is there an artist or track that really stood out? Yeah, there have been many. There have been at least 5 or 6 artists that were signed to Mousetrap Recordings that were direct results of Mousetrap Monday. And even a couple last week, well, that aren't signed, but I'm definitely going to look into and learn more about them because I've heard a lot of their work and stuff like that. So the thing to take home here is once I put my adult pants on and come up with like a proper schedule, I think the Mousetrap Monday thing is going to be a mainstay around here on Mondays. Is my camera like focusing and not focusing or something like that? Something like that. But that'd be cool. What's your favorite We Are Friends album so far? I like Volume 9. That one, well, I mean, I like them all. If I didn't like them, I wouldn't have anything to do with it. But 9 is my favorite. I like 9. 9's pretty diverse. A lot of really great talent on that one. What sound do you put down first on a song? Ooh, honestly, I do melody. So I use a piano or some stock plug-in sound or something, and I work with a melody, and then I work in drums, and then I do stuff. But honestly, everyone I've ever known who produces music or not have known and have watched, everybody has a different way of doing it. Some people sing a melody and then compose around it. Some people just like doing the drum beats and doing all that and then working a melody, and there's really no right way to do it. It's just the way you feel comfortable with. And that is also answering the next question, which is, how do you come up with song structures? I'm trying to make my music, but I feel like my songs are mostly the same. 3-minute songs without that much variation. Or how do you make your arpeggiators? Basically, what are the settings you use in Ableton? Well, again, you can't take that. I could tell you how I do things, but you know, there's no right way to do it. There's like a million ways to do it, but I can get behind why you do 3-minute songs. I do that all the time. The trick is turning those 3-minute songs into interesting 6-minute songs. But 3-minute songs is great if you're going for pop radio, because that's about right. I'm gonna throw one to the chat really quick here. Will you collab with Enrico Sanguiliano? Yes, I absolutely would love to. I am in touch with him. We do talk briefly from time to time. Super nice guy. I met him in Italy at a nightclub in Coco Rico. Or no, the nightclub's called Coco Rico. And anyway, the dude's a badass and super talented. I play a lot of his tracks. Go Lakers! Really cool. Do you like making the funky stuff like Pomegranate? Would love to hear some more. Actually, I do, and I have done in the past songs that I've done with Lights. Well, no, not Lights. Colleen D'Agostino. What was that song name? Cat Thruster? Something like that. Yeah, it was pretty good. And Sia, yeah. Sleep Something. Yeah, I've done funky stuff before. I like it. You know, I've never sat down and forced myself into something I didn't like. So that was already fun. Do you perform private concerts? No. Well, I may have played for my wife's birthday for a small fee. That was one thing. Let's see here. What was your favorite song to produce, but the least? Least favorite song to produce? I don't think least favorites even survive 5 minutes on my hard drive. If I'm not feeling something, it usually just gets abandoned. and I have thousands and thousands of abandonments. My favorite song to produce was... Oh man, I don't want to say it because I'm doing it now. I'm doing it with someone I can't tell you yet because it's a really cool thing and I'm hiding it, much like I hid the Pomegranate release. But it's my favorite one to be working on right now, and no one gets to hear it. So when you hear it, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's what he was talking about." Boxers or briefs? It's quarantine. Neither. Will random album title and, for lack of a better name, ever be released on vinyl? They were. Right? Am I right? They were released on vinyl. Sweatpants. It's the official apparel of 2020. Been wearing the same pair for 6 weeks. Don't judge. Fact check self. Yeah, I have to. Will you release a live album video from the QV3 tour? Yes, we will. Wow, look at all these false promises I'm making today. Now we have to. No, we filmed in its entirety one of the shows in Chicago at Navy Pier where we had 12,000 people. Just totally crammed the place out. And we hired a film crew. We filmed it all. And then the film crew decided to say, oh, it's going to cost you this many thousands for us to edit it. And we went, ew, gross. We're not going to pay you that. Give us the footage. So we took our footage and we're going to get an intern to do it. But it's going to be great. Let's see here. Dope. Read that one. When will you sell the full-sized heads? Like the mouse heads? Never. Go Lakers. I'll never sell it. I'll never sell them. Because I do not care for that. You know what? One of the thing about the mouse heads that I truly appreciate is that remember like a long time ago when we used to go out and there were like we could come together in groups and performers could perform and you guys could all be there. Like, okay, back in those days, I would go to those events and I would see people wearing their own custom ones that they made, I thought that was really cool. So I would hate to see a sea of, pre-made props running out there. I like seeing everyone's creations, from their crappy ones. There are absolutely amazing ones. There are ones that are better than mine, and it's really cool to watch the creativity stem forth from people taking that part of my brand and then making it their own. It's a little more detached if I end up in Spirit Halloween stores or wherever you could buy a mouse head. I don't know. Try to buy it on Amazon. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. When you are creating a track, do you usually start with a certain instrument or do you just do it and see where it ends up? The latter. I just do it, see what happens. I start making funny noises, and then until something catches my ear, whether it's a drum thing or a melody thing, then we'll move from there. Holy man, I'm like 4 pages deep into this. Let's okay, so then we got 4 pages to this left. So let's take a break. This is my first authentic one, by the way, in weeks. And then I'm going to go over to the chat here and see what you guys are doing. Geez. How did you get into the Fortnite gig? I don't know. It was a good fit. I have a lot of friends over at Epic, and they're always fun guys to play with. In terms of event production and creative endeavors and stuff like that. It wasn't just about the Fortnite property. It was more about the tech and all that stuff. So that was fun. And I would do it again. Play alone with you in your sets. Really? I really don't. I don't know why. Maybe it's like one of those weird things where I don't like it, but maybe everybody else likes it. So, maybe I'll go on the side of democracy here and start playing it a little more. It's a nice shirt featuring the 2-time. No, actually, he's the 1-time. And I'm the 1-time. I mean, I'm just saying, if you guys all remember, Gatka, first floor of the house, him and Shroud hanging out. A bunch of scrubs up at the top of the hill. Didn't know who they were messing with. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. What was that? Yeah, it was a legendary moment. Saw your last show in Brooklyn. You said you had the idea for the next cube. Any news when that's going to be ready? Yeah, it'll be a while. We have been working on the CADs and kind of the general concept of it. You know, we like to do that pretending we are the wealthiest people in the world and we can afford anything. So we design things like that, and then we end up watering it down until it's something that we can actually afford. So we're at that part. We're up here right now. PUBG with Halifax tonight? Ooh, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Who would win in a Horde versus Horde event? I think the Horde would just whoop the pants off Horde. I'm doing a pretty good job not swearing, right? Come on. Someone's got to give me points for that. All right? Okay. Looking back at all the Mousetrap Mondays is there an artist or track that really stood out? Yeah, a lot of stuff from Left Side Neighbor. Not signed yet, but if one were so inclined, you should go look him up. A lot of that stuff really caught my ear, and he's been family friendly. He's been contributing a lot on. It's been pretty cool. I'm reading the wrong ones. I'm so organized today, aren't I? Where did you get your analog modular synth experience from? And did you teach yourself based on the first synth you purchased? Yes and yes. Actually, Chester Dietz, aka DJ Arrow, was the sole person to get me into analog modular synthesis. In terms of Eurorack stuff, not synths, but just the Eurorack modules and stuff. He showed me a couple of mine and a couple of old ones of his, and I went, no way, that's so cool. And then I bought like a little rack. And I was like, oh man, I wish I had this module. Oh, I wish I had that module. And then it turns into this. There's like 3 racks there, and then there's this behemoth. Yeah, it spiraled out of control. It's a real shameless addiction. Yeah, I'm not proud, but it's a lot of fun. It's a deep rabbit hole. Okay. Why do I keep? What's your advice for upcoming producers who are struggling and are in a tough spot? Well, do what comes naturally. You know, keep things organic. You don't have to try too hard. I mean, who likes to try hard, right, gamers? Stuff like that. You know, just keep yourself connected in the community, and then, you know, something may or may not happen. I mean, I've said it a million times in a million places, but it's luck, but you make your own luck. And that's important. The key factor is just keep at it, even if it's just a hobby. Because music for me, I mean, I was in a tough spot. I was living with my mom in Niagara Falls, like 18 years old, needed a job, you know, so I moved out and got a job. I worked a 9-to-5 job like everyone else, but I still kept making music. So that was the thing that, you know, helped me pass the time. And then it's later in life, it just became like, well, you know, now the music thing I can start to make money at, and you know, pursue a career in it. So there's a lot of rough choices, but yeah, canning pears, canned peaches and pears. Who's your favorite hockey player, current and all time? Honestly, I could be that phony guy and go, Wayne Gretzky, the great one. But honestly, I don't follow hockey as much as you would think Canadians do. I'm not like I understand it. I can appreciate it. I will go to a game and buy a big thing of snacks and have a good time with my friends and enjoy a game. But I'm just not. I don't get it. Me. Do you and Shoddy have anything planned for the future? Is he still part of Mousetrap after signing for Sony Music? Well, absolutely. Well, no, I mean it's he's a friend. So friends don't care what labels they're on and what they're doing, and I'm sure we could work on some stuff in the future as well if I can produce an idea that has that's up his alley, or vice versa. Happy to work with him. Which artist did you look up to when you first began your career? Well, I kind of looked up to. Well, I mean, I don't know. The usual. Like I really liked the things that Nine Inch Nails were doing, both technically and musically, and I think I looked up to that the most. Not in the sense that oh my God, he's singing about what I'm thinking. No, not like that. He was just a very technically proficient artist. Who had a really good kind of control over his career in terms of how he wanted to run his show and what technologies they wanted to infuse into their music, being like a little bit more on the electronic side, as opposed to I was less attached to the message and the brand, but more attached to just the way the guy approached music creation and being an artist. So that was something I gravitated towards. Not to be like, oh, I'm going to be the best Nine Inch Nails follow-up band ever. No, it's just good. Why'd you block me on Twitter? Because you were probably being a jerk. I mean, there's that. When are we getting an IO back-to-back set? I don't know. Next time I hop into a hot topic and get my ears pierced, maybe. No, I've done a back-to-back with IO before in kind of a weird setting. I think it was in Europe somewhere. I think it was at like Creamfields or something. We just did some sneaky back-to-back. That was fun. I'd do it again. I'll play techno and then he can play techno. I'm just teasing. When's the Reb collab being released? Well, when's the Res collab being finished? Is a better question. Remember that Simpsons episode? Well, there's the truth and the truth. Our Guru in sets. It's back in. I've recently remastered it because actually I put Our Guru in the recent QV3 kind of playlist for when I play, and I was like, man, I really want to play this track, and I'll go play it. But I was like, I produced it so long ago that it sounded completely different. So I've recently remastered it. It's the same song, just better sounding. So I'm happy to play that out more. Go Lakers. Are you stopping at QV6 for Cube shows? QV6? Jesus, we're not even on V4 yet. Go Lakers. Does your cousin make your mouse heads? No. No, my cousins don't make mouse heads. The mouse heads are actually made at the Jim Henson's company, Henson Creature, the thing where they make all the things in California. They got a factory out there where they pump out weirdness, basically. They do it. And man, they do such a great job. And I like just going down there to visit. Even though I'm supposed to be there talking about mouse heads and stuff, I always find myself exploring their workshop and looking at all their projects, and it's like it's the weirdest, craziest prop place in the world. Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Yes, that would be it. They are characters there. All right, let's see. Will we ever get drama-free extended vocal release? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm first of all, I'm gonna have to hit up Lights and say, "Can you sing longer? Can you write a new verse?" That'd be cool. Yeah, I think the version that we did do was pretty short, but an extended vocal would be nice. I won't answer that, but I'll tell you who's the most skilled at spamming the chat. Jeez. Liggets. Kevin says, are you still... Oh my god, the chat's moving so fast, and I can't pause it. I'd like to, at this point in time, put in a feature request to Amazon to maybe put a pause chat button. That'd be great. Mix... Don't say that. Don't change. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to work again. And I'm back. All right. What limitations have you found from performing live? Oh man, I just cannot read the question. Burning hot versus resampling. Oh, okay. Since running live versus resampling them into clips. Well, honestly, we do a bit of both. Whereas, you know, certain synths I obviously will not like maybe even like this one in particular. I do a lot of kind of synth lines and leads and blips and bloops with that. And now, while I could throw it all in a road case and tour it, as fun as that would be for me, I wouldn't risk it being damaged in shipping or the possible hours it would take to set it up and tune it and patch it the way I want it for every show. So those kind of things have to get printed to audio in, as you've said, in a manner of speaking, Ableton clips, and then they're launched and triggered, you know, at a live show. More compact, disposable, big quotes, synths like the Moog Voyager, they're a little more easily accessible, easier to tour. I can put that in a flight case, save a bunch of programs on it, and then load that up, and then I can let that freewheel with MIDI. That's fine. So it's a question of like how much stuff do you want to bring around, and what can, when you're touring, at least for me anyway, the first question we always get asked, like you have to ask yourself as a touring musician who uses a lot of like live gear, is what do you not care about if it ever broke, got lost, sat on by a roadie named Gus, or, you know, just lost in luggage or wrecked at a show or something? That's the question. And then you say, well, I could feel okay if that thing got destroyed. It would still break my heart, but, you know, I say it has to be replaceable. Gus Fring. No, not Gus Fring. It's a different Gus. How do you come up with the names for your songs? Honestly, I just look around at things in the room and then name them after that. Like instance, or goat. This is Mixer Goat. This is, by the way, this is a little fun fact. So a lot of Neve owners own this goat. And you put it on your console. Like, sorry, my workspace is a little cluttered here. But yeah, that's Mixer Goat is a non-essential upgrade to any Neve console. So yeah. Well, it's not Goat Simulator. It's just actual Goat. Comes in handy when a mix is hot. Just give her one of those. What is your least favorite track? Wait, what? To play live. Least favorite track to play live? I don't want to say it. These guys are gonna rate ghosts and stuff. My favorite track is Strobe because I know that's the last track. If I can make it through the next 5 minutes, I get to go back to the hotel, get some room service, and go to bed. Because it's 4 in the morning, and you're all supposed to be in bed by 12. But here we are. That's the general consensus. You see the crew just kind of light up as Strobe comes on. They're like, oh my God, he's done. We can go home. Can I play some music? I would love to, but I cannot. We won't get into it, but I can't. I would absolutely love to. What vintage synth do you most want to see re-released? The EMS Synthy AKS. I would love to see a re-release of that, but not the we bought these inferior components re-released. I mean, get the original germanium bank vault pots and stuff like that, and the pegs, all that stuff. I would love to see that get a re-release, just for funness, not for like, oh my God, it's the most highest quality synth thing I've ever heard in my life. No, it's not, but it's fun to play with. And that's kind of part of the allure I have with synths. It's not necessarily the end result. Sometimes it's the process. Did you enjoy making the track Snow Cone, which is my favorite deadmau5 track? Yeah, I did actually. I had a lot of fun because I got to pull out a lot of really cool synths for that one. Like my Oscar, I used that. Well, you can't really see it. And I don't really want to get it. Well, I could actually. Hang on. Nope, it's wired. I didn't know it was wired. I thought it was just sitting on the stand. No, it's in there. It's called an Oscar, and it's a really old synthesizer, and I love the sounds that come from it. So a lot of Snow Cone, I used that on it, and because it's so old, it sounds old. Like it's dirty. The oscillators bleed, meaning that the sound transference where there's not supposed to be any. There is some, so it sounds a little wonky and weird and spooky. So that's a really cool feature about using old synthesizers, is those imperfections as they become older give things a certain character. That's the difference between a really old analog synth and a new analog synth. So I tend to buy more older ones than I do the new ones because of those characteristics. I am a big fan. Cool. Nice to meet you. Where do you find old synths? Oh man. Amazon.com/old synths. I don't. There's you gotta use your internet. You gotta get creative. You can find old synths online. You can find them at boutique stores in back alleys. Like it's a very weird little circle of people that hoard and collect old things. So a lot of them is just person to person, email to email kind of thing. My favorite synth? Oh man, there's no such thing. Every synthesizer offers something different. So even though you have two, say if I had two ARP axes, right? One might sound different than another, like slightly. Yeah, you can literally build your own synth. Well, yeah, of course I can. And so can you. That's what modular synths are. Modular means that they're able to be reprogrammed or rewired to do different things. So with modular synths, the more kind of patch points, the more possibilities, for creating things. So modular synthesis is you essentially using pre-built modules to make your own synth. That's why they're called modular synths. Simon just says the word cat. Okay, the guy likes cats. I love Canada and Canadians. Me too. And I like Americans too. Actually, I like everybody to some degree. Might not get along with all of them, but I like some people. What have you been reading in quarantine? Honestly, I don't read. I mean, books or stories. I read APIs. I read I read programming tutorials, stuff like that. Like I don't read like A Tale of Two Cities. I'm a slow reader. I have to go through it word by word. So like the thought of trying to finish a novel or even like a little tiny paperback just terrifies me. I'm like, oh god. Is this Doctor? No. This isn't Doctor Disrespect. This is some dead guy I killed in Gatka with an ACOG on an AK. Yeah, I don't know who it is, but he's dead. Yeah. Shots fired. Yeah. 3. I might have missed the first one, but the second 2 were like right on. What are you working on now? Right now, I'm working on new show technology for people who want to perform shows but can't leave the house. I'm currently working in Unreal Engine 425 to produce a show that you guys can all participate in or run by yourself on your desktop, on your computer, where you could be in an environment and watch my show and move around and navigate the space and all that stuff. So I've been working on that. Go Lakers. And that's been a really fun adventure for me because it's new territory. So I'm learning a lot of new things that I've never known before, like how to program a game, how to 3D model, how to code, all that stuff. So it's moving along very fast, and we're getting a lot of really like high quality results. So that'll be cool. How's your cats, Shauna? My cats are fine. They're cats. I don't know how they are. And nobody knows how a cat is. Like, a cat is a cat. It's not a question of how. It's just a matter of, does it exist? Yes, the cats are existing. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? Are they trying to kill me? Are they, do they even like being here? I don't know. But they're okay. They sleep a lot and they eat. It's a cat. Stop asking. They breathe. They eat. They meow. But they're fine. Look at this chat going crazy. My 4-year-old son absolutely loves your music. Can you say hi? His name is Cal. In the chat. Hi, Cal. How are you? You good? Wash your hands. Eat your veggies. This is why I refuse to have children. I wouldn't know how to communicate with them. Release the cows. Go Lakers. Don't touch your face. I'm not touching my face. I think if you've been inside your house for the last 6 months and you've had no outside activity, and wake up, take a shower, drink a coffee, I think a little face touching is okay. When are you releasing the new songs you just played on the QV3 tour? God, I don't know. When they get released. What happens to the old cubes? They go into we sell them for scrap. The old cubes are literally just aluminum truss. You couldn't give it away for anything. Like you couldn't sell it. You'd probably have to pay someone to get rid of it. It's just aluminum truss. It's the product on the outside that makes a show. Everything is just product holder equipment. So the old cubes get dismantled, but we reuse the product in future productions. or we sell it and then buy new product or something like that. But the product that the LED product that we have been using for the last like 6 years has not even come close to gone out of style. So we bought more of it, and we used more of it on QV3 versus V2. But V2 is just an aluminum frame, so we just scrap it. Do you like Minecraft? I do. I have a certain place in my heart for Minecraft. Okay. Where are we at here? How long have I been here, guys? Come on, help me out, chat. What are you saying? Where's your favorite place to perform? Well, now it's in my pool house. So I built an office in the pool house some time ago, just so I could, be outside of the house and let my wife play her music as loud as she wants and all that stuff without being disturbed, and the cats don't crawl all over me when I'm trying to work. So my favorite place to perform is out there now. 45 minutes? A hot 46 minutes. Well, then I think that's good. We'll take a couple more questions and then we'll call it a day. It's been fun hanging out with Amazon and you guys. Let's see here. Any plans to visit Houston? Well, not immediately, but I'd love to come back as soon as the world lets me, and things clear up, and we all do our responsible person things to help clamp down on the situation. And then once they open, the world back up again, I'd love to come back to Houston. I love it there. All the good meats, the best meats. Not the okay, let's be real. The best steak you're ever going to get is going to be in Argentina, hands down. Houston doesn't. You guys don't even hold a lighter to that flame. But I still love me some Houston. I love that you're spamming the chat because I can't read any of it just because of you, basically. Yeah. Let's see. Do you go back and listen to things that you don't like and pull it from the vault to use now, or is it just junk? No. The vault's the vault. The vault's there for a reason. The vault is the vault. The recycling bin's the recycling bin. So if there's something absolutely horrid that I just know 100%, that just gets deleted from the hard drive. But the vault is kind of like my go-to playpen where I'll explore old ideas. So just because, I was working on something and then I said I'm not feeling it, doesn't necessarily mean it got deleted. It just means it went into the vault, and then I'll probably revisit it. Your birthday's tomorrow. Wish me a happy birthday, please. Jose Zamora. Happy birthday. I get $5 every time I do that. Have a good birthday, man. I'm 13 and I really like your masterclass. That's cool, man. I appreciate it. Come back to India. Would love to. You can grab the scroll bar and it stops. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, no. Grabbing the scroll bar does nothing. My eyes, the goggles, they do nothing. Come back to Ireland. Come to Brazil. I was waiting for that. All right, guys. Well, hey, we're gonna wrap it up here. If one were so inclined, I'm not hard to find on the internet, so you can do what you need to do, and we can catch up there at a later time. But I just want to say, thanks to Amazon for hosting me today. It's been great. I got to meet a lot of new and interesting people and answer some of their questions. So thanks. Big round of applause to Amazon and you guys. Thank you so much for coming and having this unique, one-time only. I have never done this on the internet before. Angle of the studio. All right, guys. I'm gonna cut it short or cut it long. which was only 30 minutes. So thanks so much for coming out, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace out.